Hey, got me bag, me water, me mexicana. Oh yeah. Outdoor trip. I've let too much shit get to me this week. I've let it bother me about face masks and stuff. Can't have that. So it's a nice day. I've come out. I'm going on a trip. Hi. So I just want to share a story with you. It's a very personal story. Yesterday that I did mexicana truffles, 15 gram by myself. I have never been as high as anything in my life. So yeah, these aren't drugs, these are medicine, and it's not to be abused. You're not to abuse things like this. So if I have a bad trip, it's because of the week that I've been on, but hopefully it'll turn out good. And I can smell it already. That's what it looks like. Nuts, obviously, with a tangy taste. Very dry. Take about an hour for the effect, and then I'll be tripping my fucking balls off. Learning and opening me up more. Never got anywhere with doing alcohol, man. Fucking poison. Where this stuff's a medicine. Right, bang him. Pretty much done. 15 gram. Fucking hell. I'll never learn. But I've got nothing to fear. I'm outside in nature, and I have been for the last few years. So I have been pretty much connected to it. So I'm hoping for a good trip. It's been very emotional. I've done nothing but cry. Floods of tears, and I don't normally cry. With my initial thought patterns and stuff, I'm still trying to make sense of it all. Very tired and emotional because of this trip yesterday. I deserve a pat on the back for probably doing it by myself, doing a 15 gram trip by myself. But geez, and there was, you know, there's some messages in there as well as that needed to come out. And yesterday was the highest I have ever been, and I recorded some bits of the video, and I'll put it out there and show you. I feel like I'm just coming out of the trip, but I've been under it for a long it's a very personal, I can't do it right now. You know, after everything that I talk about, completely scrap that whole shit and just listen to this story. So here I was, I took this 15 gram trip. The effects kicked in 45 minutes later. I was like, oh shit, here we go. And it was very intense. I was like, oh, I don't know if I can handle this. Basically, it kicks the fucking sand in your face. You go through this dark bit first, but it's all coming from yourself. It's like a reflection. The dark side of you is coming out, and you get shown that, and you have to see it. Wasn't really bad for me, but it was very intense, you know. It felt like, oh god, you've got control of my body now. You know, at the beginning it puts you through the tests of fear. It tests how strong you are and if you can take it, kind of thing. Anything that you have been an arsehole about, it will you have to confront it. Straight after that, after getting that out of the way, the grid comes. Now you'll know what I'm talking about. You'll see the grid. It's a webbed grid. It's the source. It's the second time I've been there. I've never been that high. The source is love. It tells you what's important to you. It showed me my children, and I just had this so much love for my children, so much, and it was beautiful. And I was there, and I had tears pissing out my eyes. Source was talking. It was saying, this is what it's all about. This is your tears of happiness. And then it pressed my stomach twice and it made me smile, and I was just laughing and laughing, and I had tears streaming from my eyes every time that I saw my kids and stuff, and how much love that I held for those children. And I was just like, I was so thankful. I was just like, thank you for making me realise that the only importance of my life was those children, all of those children, and to make sure that they are looked after, happy. This was my tears coming out of appreciation, of love. You know, I gave him the appreciation. I said thank you, and it was like, we know you appreciate it. We know you love. Oh, I haven't got much tears left. I haven't got much shit left inside of me. But the whole thing was like, the only thing that ever matters in your life is what you've created in your garden. Your garden, in this garden, in the garden that you've created, is that you look after everybody in there. Everybody in that garden, you make sure that you love them. And I was just like absolutely crying and crying and crying, and I couldn't cry no more. It was the joy. It was the joy. It was the whole thing of love. It was the whole meaning of love. It was the crying, the laughter, the oneness, the connection. It was saying to me, nothing else matters. Only what you've created in your garden. Your older kids love you so much, and they've been forever fried with a mum walking away a few years ago, abandoning them, and I had to take them on. And with my daughters, I got a bit of depression, and they were just like, just bring them into your garden. Bring them up, bring them off the branches, bring them up, bring them into the garden. You know, you love them, and we know, and it was saying, we know that you love them dearly, and this is what happiness is. And it was one of the most beautiful things I've ever, like, beautifully intense things that I've ever gone through in my life. And here I was just streaming, pissing, crying. There was also a message that I had to give, and it was from somebody that I know but I have not seen in a long time. And the message to that person was everything's okay with love. The love feeling, that love feeling of like joy, happiness, tears. I don't know if I can send that message, but I'd made a promise that I would send that message to that person. I was very, very adamant that I tell them that message. Everything's fine with love, and I don't mean just the word love, I meant the feeling of love. There was loads of stuff that I went through in that trip for 5-6 hours. But the main thing in that trip was just look after what you create. Make sure that they're happy and loved. I just love my kids so much, and that is the only important thing that matters. Nothing else matters around that. Just your children. Just make sure that they are looked after in the garden that you create. And it was beautiful. It was one of the most beautiful experiences I've ever had. There was loads of other stuff, and there was a lady named Star Pilot 33 who's on YouTube saying, yeah, she's a good one and she's on the right path. Listen to what she's got to say. I was at the higher source. I was at second time. But this one here, this was one of the most intense trips that I'd ever been on, and you know, the source speaks to you, and I don't need to go down there now for a good 2-3 years, maybe longer, because it's just told me the most important thing is to look after your children and send that message. Send that message, no matter how fucking crazy it sounds. Send that message to that person, because apparently I've got a connection to that person, even though I haven't seen that person in a long time. I'm recommending everybody needs to go down and do that trip. You need, whether you are a bit fucked up, like choosing the wrong path in life, right? Just go down there, battle with your demons, and then in the middle of it, that's where the creator will come. The grid. At the minute, the story that I'm telling is very raw. I need to get my head around some things. You know, there's quite a lot of stuff that still needs to come out. But I'll just say that everybody needs to go down there. If you've just lost your way in life, go down and do the trip. And I'll give you the website where you can get the stuff from. You can get it imported from the Netherlands, and it's a Holicium. Brilliant stuff, absolutely brilliant stuff. But you've got to be ready and prepared. And I wouldn't recommend doing it by yourself neither. You need somebody there with you. But it was just one of the most intense, satisfying, most beautifulest things that I have ever done in my life. And that is to do 15 grams of mexicana truffles by myself. You might be looking at me in the past thinking that guy's fucked up because he talks about certain things, conspiracies, la 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 and all that. But this is real. And until you go down there and see it for yourself, you won't know what I'm talking about. You won't have an understanding. You need to go down there for yourself and get the answers that you need. I can't give you the answers. You need to go down there yourself. Don't come across here and say he's just fucked up, he's crazy. Go and see it for yourself. Go and see and feel what it's all about, and it'll change your fucking life. I've just come off a trip, and as you can see, it's been very emotional. I'm sure that I'll share it in time, but right now, like, I've been doing a lot of crying, a lot of healing, messages to get out there. But right now, I just want to show right now. but right now I'm saying, fuck knows what I'm saying. Fuck knows. I can't even fucking think straight. But I've just managed to do like a 15 gram trip by myself on Mexicana, and pretty much come out of it alive by myself. It's been very intense. It's been very intense and loving at the same time. I've learned a lot through this trip, and I guess this is part of the excuse me, and this is part of my me filming it when I first started, me being a twat by just taking 15 I can't even get my words out, by me being a twat, taking all that amount by myself. I opened up a can of whoop-ass. I opened up a can of worms for myself, but it was beautiful, and I see myself there. It was very beautiful. It was very enlightening. It was very very enlightening, very beautiful, and I was sure. And when I've made, I need to go, but I need to go right now. But I will catch up another day because I need some rest.